Yeah, this just shows you the power of the magic. Once the screens and Trick Room have been set up, right, you have Light Clay for the Reflect and the Light Screen. The burn on that Gallade is rough. I mean,
It's not a stat drop.
good evening and welcome to First Paste. I am your host, Super Slow. Joining me behind the commentary desk tonight is the #1 fan of the early 2000s movie Atlantis, Doko Domo. Doko, how are you doing tonight?
Where am I? Where is this? Huh? What? Why are we in the middle of nowhere?
We are in, I believe this is Kitakami Wilds, or no, Timeless Woods, Timeless Forest. We're in Kitakami.
What? What? Since when?
Since about 5 minutes ago.
Oh, well, okay.
Are you prepared? Are you of cognizant mind enough to commentate a pocket monster battle?
If I say no, will you let me go?
No! We have our battle tonight between the Kitakami Magic and the Snowpoint City Sabres. Both 0-1 in their record. How you liking this battle today?
Well, I can say that at least one of these guys is gonna finally get a victory during
That
this league,
that's true. Someone's gonna wind up on the scoreboard.
and then the other one's gonna be 0-2, unfortunately. Um. So, what was it? The last time the Snowpoint City Sabres were showcased, they were facing the Circhester Frost, right?
Yeah, it was a pretty close battle, but the Palafin, I believe, was just able to break through, but the Primarina did a really good amount of work, and unfortunately, the Zoroark didn't really get to show off the trickiness of illusion.
Yes, that is the point I wanted to touch on. So last time, Snowpoint City Sabres, unfortunately, Zoroark couldn't really make many major plays. In fact, you can say that it kind of cost them one of the games. Um, but Kitakami Magic, they have the Annihilate, they have the Sinistra, they have Ghost types. They have Ghost types that Zoroark can just chunk out with Shadow Ball or even straight up knock out.
Yeah,
I think I think that the Sabres have a much more favorable uh, matchup against the Kitakami Magic, and I think that we can finally see the more sneaky shenanigans coming afoot.
I agree. I mean, the Kitakami Magic had a tough match against the Safari Zone Kings. There was a lot of rock slide flinching, some funny stuff going on there. But this looks like it will be a pretty fun match ahead of us between the Trick Room, the debuffing with the Incineroar, but then the coaching from the Blazing Ken. It feels like there's a lot of moving parts, but not too many moving parts. I think we're looking forward towards an exciting match ahead of us. So we'll do a quick once over of the Kitakami Magic. This has got to be their fourth or fifth game on this channel so far in one form or another. We've got Safety Goggles Mousehold, Sinistra with the Citrus Berry, Rocky Helmet Incineroar, Leftovers Annihilate, Assault Vest, Blood Moon, and Light Clay Klefki. It's a Trick Room team. I mean, what do we? You have anything to say about this, Doko?
Not too much. I mean, like I already mentioned, Kitakami Magic I think are gonna have to be very careful against their matchups with uh, any surprise catches from the Zoroark. Annihilate has to be careful. Sinistra has to be careful. I feel like it might almost feel mandatory to set up some defenses with Klefki. But otherwise, like Kitakami Magic still has some very heavy hitters, and Trick Room is also always going to be tricky thing to try to go up against if you don't have any hard counters or just like slow mons to counter that.
Yeah, I mean, the Sabres do have a little bit of priority on their team. However, as tricky as Zoroark is, Ursaluna-Bloodmoon does have Mind's Eye. So if Ursaluna's out, it can safely hit what it thinks may or may not be a Hisui Zoroark.
Very true.
Alright, with that, let's get our eyes on the Sabres. Really fun team here, very high skill ceiling. Fire, Water, Grass, Electric, Gallade, and Zoroark. We haven't quite seen a ton from the Electabuzz yet. It's a kind of understated support Pokemon, but I think we've seen a great amount from the Prim, the Blaziken, the Gallade, and hopefully from Zoroark tonight.
Hopefully, indeed. I do think, I mean, I already touched on it, but Zoroark and also Gallade are going to be some very big threats, considering there's what Bloodmoon and Mousehold, who are both normal types, and then Annihilate and uh, Sinistcha that are both ghost types.
Yeah, there is that Gallade can hit almost the entire opposing team for super effective damage one way or another. Incineroar dark type, so that's going to take fighting, and that Gallade is holding a clear amulet, so the Intimidate, swapping, parting shot stuff is not going to do anything against it.
Oh, right, and it's also freaking Terra Grass Leaf
Te
Blade. I forgot about that too.
Terra Grass with Grassy Surge, Rillaboom. In fact, I'll just very quickly go over the Pokemon and their items. You have Eviolite Electabuzz, Citrus Berry Prim, give it that extra bulk. Assault Vest Rillaboom, extra bulk. Blaziken with Focus Sash, so it does have not so much bulk, but that second chance. The choice specs on the Zoroark. Usually you see a Sash on a Zoroark, but going for that power and specs, and then of course Clear Amulet Galley to maintain any boosts that it gets from coaching, but also to make sure that it doesn't get debuffed from an Intimidate, or and we see this sometimes from defense drops, your random Shadow Ball special defense drop or something like that.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get one more look at that face-off. Who do you got for this match, Doko?
I think it's fairly obvious that I'm having a lot of hopes for the Sabres, and so I will say that I do want Zoroark to shine here. I want the Sabres to win this one.
I'm gonna have to agree with you. I'm going 2-1 Sabres. I think the Magic are gonna make the Sabres fight for it.
I hope so, because that always makes it more exciting.
All right, let's head into the battle now. Our trainers are setting up for their teams. I'm really looking to see what these teams are going to deal with as far as leads, right? We will be watching this match from the point of view of the Kitakami Magic.
So, I mean, I feel like Trick Room is going to be a pretty safe bet to try to set up for the Kitakami Magic. There isn't anything like super slow.
I'm super slow.
Pun intended, definitely. There isn't anything that really benefits a lot from Trick Room. Like Prim and Gallade are slow, but I don't think they're like min speed. Actually, we have open team sheet. What am I saying? We can check that.
I think the Prim actually does have something like 32 EVs, or just a little bit to actually get some speed, but like Trick Room Prim is going to outspeed Annihilate, for example. Sinistcha, I think
Yeah, but I
Sinistcha,
don't think anything. I don't
Sinistcha
think
is like
anything is gonna outspeed Bloodmoon though, right?
No, no, Blood Moon's 0 speed. I think Sinistra is actually naturally fast. I want to say it's something like 70 or 80 speed. So that is possible for the Trick Room to backfire, though I do think it's a safe bet for the Klefki to set up screens, you know, get that extra bulk.
I feel like, yeah, clef key screens is gonna be important to try to avoid any surprise knockouts.
All right, let's see our leads. We have Prim Electabuzz, glad to see the yellow boy, going up against Classic Mouse Ape. If that is an Electabuzz, or if that is a Primarina, we don't know. It's both are Zoroark, neither are Zoroark.
Everyone is Zoroark.
I love when Zoroark's on the team sheet because you can't believe your eyes, which makes it watching the battle from this side of the field actually more exciting.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, and that actually, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say it's like you could always go like the classic like beat up Rage Fist, but like the Electabuzz does have Follow Me, so it kind of restricts your big plays early on, and
Well,
Nihilip doesn't even stick around.
I mean, you don't want to Rage Fist into a Zoroark, like that's just going to waste your turn. Primarina going for the Shadow Ball into the Ghost type slot, so even that switching up didn't make the didn't change any of the math on super effectiveness. Mousehold going for the taunt into the Buzz, great move there. Family is faster than Lightning.
And can't taunt because he's been taunted.
I wonder where that taunt was going to go into.
I would think it would be the mouse hold. But that Sinistra ate that Shadow Ball surprisingly well. I mean, obviously it had the citrus healing, so that it's back in the orange.
Yeah, probably predicting a liquid voice, hyper voice. Now I have one quick question for you, Doko. Does Primarina learn Shadow Ball?
No. This time, I did recognize it. We did catch it.
we let it slide for it. It would be really cool, but Primarina is a little bit more of a Moonblast instead of a Shadow Ball. Electabuzz not really want to stick around for that taunt. So I think we're in for a game here because there's something tricky about that Prim.
Just a little bit. The question is, did the Kitakami Magic trainer catch on? Hopefully it did.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, he does Terra Water regardless, getting rid of its weakness.
Terra Water into what? Like, as that was going to be a Terra Water Matcha Gotcha?
I think that was going to be the plan, but the Shadow Ball still gets the knockout even after getting rid of its weakness.
That's a lot of damage from a Citrus Berry Primarina, I'll tell you what.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I didn't know Primarina was base 100 base 150 modest or something.
It's okay. The bear is out. He's immune to Shadow Balls.
The bear is immune to Shadow Ball. We actually don't see Mousehold next to Ursaluna all that much. Something like a Helping Hand Hyper Voice. I mean, it's going to be lower on the priority or the attack order, but something like that could do some heavy damage into the Sabres.
Yeah, or Mousehold could also just follow me to keep the heat off. This Ursaluna does just have full offense plus protect, right? Oh, oh no, the Primarina switched out. I wonder why.
Electabuzz. And Mousehold going for that Helping Hand. This is going to be Helping Hand Hyper Voice. That's going to do pretty solid damage. Gallade going for the Sacred Sword. Ursaluna actually doing pretty well. Why?
Still took a lot of damage.
Helping Hand Blood Moon. Did you need to? Was that a roll? I think
I, honestly, like, regardless, do you think he knows?
I am starting to believe that this trainer does not know.
I was gonna say, like, the like Shadow, you're safe from Shadow Ball. The obvious play would have been to target the Gallade, right?
Yeah, if well,
Unless he
yeah.
didn't know.
If you know, you don't actually worry about that slot. You go into the Gallade, or at least go for like the Hyper Voice, Helping Hand Hyper Voice, right? Just powered up spread
Yeah,
move.
the spread damage.
I think the early game Terra was rough because you would have wanted to use the Terra on this Ursaluna right now. Vacuum Wave. Okay, so that's
It's the
Pre-Marina.
real one. It's the real one.
And then the Gallade, actually, interesting, just going for the Sacred Sword into the Mouse Hold.
I think maybe predicting the protect.
Predicting the Protect, or possibly even understanding that because it can't go for Blood Moon, it's going to be Vacuum Wave, Hyper Voice, or what is the other move that it has? Yeah, Protect. So just being like, I'm not all that worried. Gallade, not known for its physical defense, but special defense pretty high.
The Annihilate. Ooh, that did quite a bit of damage.
That's what I'm saying. That physical
Oh
defense,
god.
Psycho Cut coming in, knocking that out. The Sabres showing why they are the Sabres. Really clean match there. I don't, other than the Electabuzz, that was a three Mons.
Yeah, that was a very clean. I don't know about clean, but that was a very decisive victory from the Sabres side. Already, Zoroark showing its thing, getting that early Shadow Ball from turn 1.
Yeah, at no point did the Sabres feel like they were losing control of that battle. Not that they had control, but it was they were dealing damage. It felt like every move mattered. There was, the vacuum wave into that pre-marina felt like, oh, if this is actually Zoroark, I feel like maybe the Kitakami Magic realized that that Zoroark was on the team sheet too late.
Yeah, like, did he? I'm still stuck on that.
I
of Primarina Shadow Balling.
It was probably the second Shadow Ball that made the Kitakami Magic trainer go, hey, wait a minute. Because sometimes there are those moves you're like, oh, I didn't know that Pokemon knew that move. I think you have to set up Trick Room.
I think Trick Room is important, but I think screens are more important. And I do see Klefki being selected first here.
Yeah, screens, and then Sinnoh to heal back any of the small damage, I feel like would be pretty valuable, right? You set up your screens with Prankster Klefki, you switch out Klefki once it's already done its 2, possibly 3 moves, and then Sinnoh comes in to heal up.
Yeah. I feel like Incineroar, usually a staple Pokemon, doesn't really have a place against this matchup.
Rillaboom is the only thing that you can intimidate. I mean, Parting Shot into the special attackers isn't too bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad, but that's really only like half of his kit though, because the Intimidate usually plays such a big role.
Yeah, the clear amulet on one of the 2 physical attackers really does kind of box out Instant. However, the knockoff, I think could be pretty valuable. All right, Electabuzz Prim, if that is their real name, going up against Klefki Sinnoh.
This time the Electabuzz is going to be fake.
Now, that Electabuzz, if it is in fact an Electabuzz, actually I do think the Zoroark also has Taunt. Could go into that Klefki, right? They'll only get 1 screen up and then locked into Skitter Smack. That could be valuable. But if that is in fact prim Electabuzz. You have Electroweb, you have Hyper Voice, you have 2 spread moves. Not really going to do a ton of damage to the Sinistcha, but you don't have to. You just have to chip away.
Terra coming out from the Sabres side. Going into Primarina.
Alright, Terra Stellar.
Yeah, Prim was Stellar type Terra 5.
Terra Water, I can say that one. That one's easy.
Yeah. Terra Water for potential hidden Zoroark shenanigans. Prim was according to Stellar Terra, right?
Yep, Stellar. Yeah, absolutely. That's what the team sheet says. Super effective into that Sinistcha. It's funny, this Primarina, which is definitely a Primarina, has it out for this Sinistcha.
Yeah, and this Sinistcha is just taking hits after hits in both games now.
Electroweb coming out, also super effective. Wow, this is not looking good for the Magic on turn 1. Machagacha coming out. We got any burns here?
Look at all that big damage on Primarina because it's... Oh wait, no, it terrored. I was gonna say it's super effective, but...
It should be super effective, but the problem is... It was Zoroark!
What?
It was... What was the... When we were in high school, what was it? It was the... Nope, was it Nope Check Testa, right? What was that stupid...
Oh, yeah.
Nope Check Testa. 2011. We're old.
But yeah, I mean, Sinistcha did manage to get the Machagacha off, got the healing. Zoroark is no longer being sneaky, but I feel like Zoroark also got its main objective down, which was chunking Sinistcha.
Yeah, I think it's even possible you can switch the Zoroark out. You already have the attack drop. It's at neutral attack because it is a choice specs Pokemon. So you can switch it out, switch it back in later. Alternatively, you just hammer that Sinistcha. I feel like Electabuzz is pretty safer, and then there you go. Zoroark not sticking around. It did its damage, and it's going to be useful later.
We got Gallade. Follow me coming out to keep the damage off of the Gallade as much as possible. Oh, and T-Wave. I forgot about that. That is actually a great move.
You know, I was going to... As that move was being selected, I was like, oh, you have Sinistcha with a spread move, you have Klefki who's probably going to set up screens. Is it really worth it to go for the follow me if the Sinistcha is going to go for Machagacha? And no, that turns out that's actually a pretty great move. However, if that T-Wave hit the Gallade slot, wouldn't that make Gallade slower?
It would, but Gallade also always has the chance of getting parried, though.
Yeah, I mean it's.
So I think that's just like a calculated trade-off.
Yeah, just keeping it healthy, and then Clear Amulet coming in huge there. And
so I actually have a question about that because Strength Sap is based off of their attack stat, right?
Right.
So that means that with Clear Amulet, you get max healing every time.
You will get max healing every time. However, the opponent will still stay at the HP, at the attack value. So it just kind of becomes a kind of a Giga Drain, which, yeah, that's not bad. Good, bad. And also on the Kitakami Magic side, the Klefki and Sinistcha are -1 speed because of that Electroweb from early in the battle.
They're gonna be going for the key has done its job and has returned.
Alright, it seems like at this point in the battle, the Kitakami Magic has kind of evened out from that initially disastrous turn 1. The allegedly Primarina is back in. I didn't know Illusion could reset.
This is Primarina. Primarina is definitely regular Primarina has come out. The bear better watch out.
I had no idea that illusion can like reset over the course of the battle. I guess I've never seen a Zoroark switch out.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense. Like if it's like full HP, like being able to fool multiple times makes sense. It's just unfortunate that it's already taken chip and has Terra, so that it's very hard to mistake with the actual Primarina.
Yeah, the Terra does kind of give it away. The Blood Moon is actually in a pretty decent position here. You know that's a Zoroark. You have access to Earth Power, and I mean you just Earth Power into the Electabuzz slot, or honestly the Earth Power into the Zoroark slot. So if it does get Follow Mead, you knock it out.
Yeah, Machagacha spread move, ignoring the follow me. Oh my god. Prim
That's
hanging on at HP.
Yeah, and the lucky burn on the lucky burn 30% every time. I think the Kitakami Magic might be angling for a game win here. Being able to do heavy damage on that Zoroark with Trick Room up, that Gallade hasn't been able to do what it did in game 1, which is lay down these heavy hits one after another, you know, between the high critical hit chance and the clear amulet. I mean, this Sinistcha has been on the field since turn 1. In the first game, it terra'd and then got knocked out the next turn.
Yeah, and this one, even though it took the super effective Terra Blast to the face because it terrored, it's back to full. Like, nothing's ever happened. And
Yeah.
the Sinistcha is going to be great to counter the actual Prim. Or maybe that's Zoroark in disguise. You never know.
The second Zoroark. Yeah, I think you can just go for Hyper Voice and Machagacha here, and we have seen this kind of game state before where you have access to spread moves, your opponent is already kind of chipped down, you can just keep on clicking Hyper Voice, Machagacha, Bulldoze even, right? And then your opponent is just going to get worn down because they can't fight back. There's just too much damage coming out at them to both of their Pokemon at the same time. Heat Wave, right? Kanto Suns.
Yeah. And I mean, it doesn't help that the Electabuzz is only clicking Follow Me. I mean, here, Ursaluna did use Blood Moon. Maybe that was targeted toward Prim. But like, with all the spread move that Sinistcha has been dishing out, Follow Me is really not that effective.
Yeah, I believe that's what. Follow Me, Electroweb, Taunt. Other move, Protect. Yeah, honestly, Protect stalling out Trick Room may have been the best bet there. And then now that Trick Room is up, the Ursaluna-Bloodmoon does have access to the Vacuum Wave. You can double into that Sinistcha. I mean, Prim has Moonblast, I guess, but I mean, it's looking a little rough for the Sabres here.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the Gallade can get some knockouts with a strong single target. Although the Sacred Sword got predicted, and the Klefki tanked that very well.
Yeah, this just shows you the power of the magic. Once the screens and Trick Room have been set up, where you have Light Clay for the Reflect and the Light Screen, the burn on that Gallade is rough. I mean,
It's not a stat drop.
That is
so
two
clear
burns.
Amulet doesn't work.
I mean, the burn on the Prim certainly doesn't help, but I think this has sealed the game. The Ursaluna-Bloodmoon is in back. That Prim has one, maybe 2 turns of burn left on it, and then it's going to be a 4v1 against that Gallade. And yeah, that amulet does not protect against something that happens when you touch a hot stove.
That's Electabuzz was also burned, right? So that's 3 burns.
That is 3 burns, yeah.
On the Sabres side. Maybe that's the secret, just status everything.
I mean, it's all part of the Magic's game plan, is you set up the screens, you set up Trick Room, you burn, you heal, you just churn through. The Thunder Wave. Not really sure
Thunderwave
about that
fade.
Thunder Wave. Thunder Wave going into dual burned Pokemon.
At least Skitter Smack, right?
I mean, when you're up this much, I think you can afford a little misplay. The Gallade's wide guard. I love the wide guard on that Gallade, but I mean you kind of the last time Gallade was in, it did get strength sapped. So then you would have had those mind games of do I wide guard, and then is he going to go for Machagacha, or is he just going to keep on clicking strength sap when you have this Terra Water Sinistra in front of you, just daring you for the Leaf Blade.
Yeah. Oh, and then looks like. Oh, no, not talking. I was gonna say they realized that thunder waving a burned Pokemon doesn't.
At this point, the Magic could
Uh,
do a double switch into Ursaluna and Maushold, even if Gallade were to attack the Ursaluna between the Friend Guard and the burn. It just that did a lot of damage. Oh, crit, of course. Hey,
crit, crit matter.
that was
Crit from back out again.
that was crit through the burn, through the Friend Guard, just slicing through and still not doing enough damage to seal that KO.
If only
Now,
it was Terra, Grass, and Grassy Terrain.
yeah, I will say though that is most definitely valuable information, right? This is probably going to go to a game 3, and as the trainer of the Sabres goes into that game, like, okay, Gallade doing the 1v1 against the Terra Sinistra is just not favorable, right? It's we're gonna hit it, it's gonna heal it back.
That did like no damage, and
Yeah,
then reflect.
yeah. I mean this even though Gallade is known to score critical hits, the reflect, the light screen is incredibly helpful for the Magic. I think going into this next game, the Magic is gonna try to repeat this script.
Yeah, I agree. And then on the Saber side, though, like Ursaluna has been the heavy hitter. The Terra Water Sinistra has showed up both times to ward off the critical hit from the Zoroark. So I feel like Rillaboom might be a good choice coming in from the Saber side
I
to help counteract those two.
I could not agree more. I think Rillaboom may be the key to winning this match. And there
Yeah,
goes
and
the battle. That's 1-1. Kitakami Magic showing that they are not afraid of the Sabres.
they just need to burn 3 of the 4 members
Yeah, they
and
need
set up Trick Room and screens.
set up trick room, set up screens, burn the members, click strength sap a bunch of times, matcha gacha heal, and yeah, it's funny you say that. Is the Sabres just need to deal damage. +1 attack, Terra Grass Gallade into Ursaluna. Jesus Christ.
A clean knockout. Not even a crit.
Got a great set of battles for us today. It is the Snowpoint City Sabres playing the Kitakami Magic, both vaguely Sinnoh teams. We go into that. We'll do the teams.
Kitakami Magic isn't Sinnoh. They're Kitakami.
It's got the bear. It's got Ursaluna. So there's that versus that. We're gonna be super brief about the teams. Like this is like Trick
We got
Room.
Winnie the Pooh. Wait a second. Oh, that's the citrus berries. The citrus berries poking through.
Where is the citrus berry? You can see the citrus berry?
Yeah, It's on Winnie the Pooh's nose.
What the fuck are you talking about? Holy shit. Wow. Good eye. Um, I'm also seeing it like 40, not. You're seeing it at a higher res than I am. Uh, yeah, so that both 1 and 0. And then yeah, then just getting into the
How long
battle.
had the Snowpoint City Sabres had swords
What do you mean?
in their logo?
I mean this is their second battle, so one battle ago. But yeah, I had the sword. So originally it was just going to be the cave, and I was like, that's kind of boring. So those are the swords dance swords from X and Y swords dance animation.
Okay, so that is a recent addition.
Mm, it was in the previous Snowpoint City Sabres battle. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, but it wasn't when you shared the initial logos in
Oh yeah,
Discord.
no, yeah, like those initial logos,
Okay,
like
okay. That was really the only time I paid attention to the
okay,
logo. I thought I was going crazy. I'm like, I swear that those swords weren't there before.
no, I mean those logos were like what, December maybe? It was a while ago.